Good morning, everyone. How are we doing on this slightly chilly October 2nd, 2021 as the markets start to heat up again? It is always interesting to watch the ups and downs of crypto. You can hop on Reddit, you can hop on Twitter. One week you have despair. The next week you have total confidence that Bitcoin's going to 200K. But amidst all the noise, amidst all of the capital movements that define the volatility of crypto, what truly matters behind all that noise is the building, the problems, the adoption, and the solutions. And today is going to be a fun chance to storytell a little bit. I'm gonna walk through just a handful of examples of something that I think universally everyone will be able to look at and say, yeah, that's a problem. That's a barrier to adoption. That's a barrier to real world usage. And as you all know, Shade Protocol and Secret Network is all about privacy. And privacy is not just a human right. Privacy is utility. Privacy, I would say, is the lubricant of Web3. And there's not much of it right now. So we have a lot of friction. So I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here, and we will hop right in without further ado. Let's see here. I'm going to see if we can have some fun with this. Ooh, the endless loop. We don't like that. How's this going to work? Oh, it's showing that screen. I got to display the other screen. Let's see. Display 2. There we go. That's more like it. Okay. The old screen within a screen. We got requests to do this last time. So, the dark side of transparency, featuring quite literally 96% of all blockchains. This is not contained to a small percentage of blockchains. This is representative of a systemic problem in blockchain and cryptocurrency. This is not a niche issue. This is something that people in the transparent world of blockchain, they continue to innovate, they continue to problem solve. But these are the types of things that people don't talk about that much. These are the types of problems that get one article and the world keeps moving on. But the problem with that is you start to gather these stories. You start to pull together this narrative and you realize that blockchain surveillance and the ability to see everything is just not going to work. So these are the stories I want to run through today, and I want everyone to be aware that this is just the tip of the iceberg. So without further ado, let's hop right in here. So most of you have maybe heard of Chainalysis before, but Chainalysis, their whole goal is blockchain surveillance. They are a mass data harvesting Web3 service dedicated to creating data sets for institutional people, retail people, and more than likely also government. They have 90% coverage of all volume in blockchain. Think about that. Their analytics cover 90% of all trading volume and all transactions in Web3. That is insane. So anytime you move something on Ethereum, anytime you move something on Bitcoin, anytime you move anything on Cosmos, like you think you like have privacy, you think you have pseudo anonymity, But I promise you, you are literally part of a data set that continues to grow, continues to build value. I don't think people understand like the breadth of chain assets. I think a lot of people think they're contained to just Bitcoin or just Ethereum. That's not the case. They are everywhere. Another story I want to bring up is the Visa NFT docs. So the story goes like this. Visa buys an NFT. They're super excited. They want to be a part of this historical moment of like a US company buying an NFT, showing it off. Here's the problem. The instant they bought that NFT, they became doxxed. Everyone in the entire world knew what Visa's wallet was. And as a result of that, people started to mass send a crazy amount of NFTs to Visa's wallet. Now, I won't show any of the explicit photos, but Visa, into perpetuity, can't escape the fact that the whole world knows what their wallet is. So people were sending all sorts of things, thousands and thousands of images, and if they try to move to a different wallet from this wallet, they'll never be able to do it, like, because everyone can see, oh, Visa just sent ETH to a different wallet. And this ended up being a brand nightmare because people were hashtagging and showing all the photos that Visa had ownership of. They didn't even have a choice in the matter, right? Like, they received it, and the world knew that they owned all of these NFTs, even if they didn't want them. So it's a branding nightmare. Talk about a tough scenario for a large, like a massive brand that dips their toes into NFTs, dips their toes into DeFi, and that is what happens when you don't have privacy. Here's another one. LP reward mirroring. So this one blew my mind. I learned about this one recently, but it makes total sense. So there are applications out there right now devoted to copying massive institutional and DeFi traders' strategies. So if you're a whale with, let's say 30, 40 million in capital, and you're pulling 80, 90, 100% returns consistently, there are bots out there that track all of your LP decisions. And what DeFi traders are doing is they're literally copying the decisions of these DeFi traders. So they go in LP reward in 20 different places. The DeFi trader just goes boom. They just follow the decisions of that DeFi trader. And this is a nightmare for institutions. Institutions' ability to generate alpha from excellent decision making is contingent upon having a how shall I say this? They have information and analysis that is valuable. It's an asymmetry of information. And so they lose the ability to generate profit with their strategies when everyone can see what they're doing. And this isn't limited just to institutional investors. This could be a retail investor that found some crazy 500% APR yield strategy. Like if someone spots that on chain, you're done. Someone's going to copy you and you lose it, right? So Visa NFTs solved by privacy. LP reward mirroring. Actually, any DeFi trading strategy can be mirrored with total transparency. Privacy on Secret Network, privacy with Shade Protocol, solved instantly. Zero problems. It's just solved out of the gates. $1 billion MEV problem. All right. Now, it's funny that Ethereum gets a lot of stuff for this, but front running, make no mistake, if you are a transparent blockchain, you suffer from MEV, period. You cannot escape the fact that there are people that are able to parse and essentially steal from the individuals that are incapable of programmatically protecting themselves. And the thing with MEV that I don't think people understand is as blockchains become more connected, the front running is going to get more complex. You are going to have validators and bridge operators front run cross-chain transactions. I was actually just listening to one of Sunny Arwal's panels. It was Privacy and Cosmos was the panel. And I forget who the other person on the panel was, but they were talking about the complexity of inner blockchain MEV, because they were talking, because privacy was the topic, right? And if you thought single chain front running was bad, then welcome to the future of cross chain front running. It's an even more expensive problem. It's actually easier to do, and this $1 billion MEV problem could be on its way to being a $100 billion MEV problem. Once again, how do we solve MEV? It's quite simple. You start with privacy by default. You have bridges attached to privacy-preserving blockchains. That's secret network, folks. That's secret network. Here's another one. The comp docs. I'm assuming everyone the other day. So what happened was there was a bug on Compound that users were able to essentially claim $90 million worth of comp. All right, a crazy moment. There's a bug in Compound's protocol, and the owner essentially threatened to dox every single user who didn't return the 90 million. And think about the absurdity of this. They are threatening to report it as income to the IRS. Like, this is a DEX. This is a decentralized exchange. And first off, I want to say, like, KYC platforms, I don't have anything against KYC platforms, okay? So, like, if you're on a platform where you KYC and you want it to be audible and compliant, totally cool. No issues. But what does get me is when we have something that's called a decentralized exchange that has no KYC, has the founder come out and say, I will dox all of you to the IRS unless you send the money back. Okay? And you know why? Do you know why that threat is possible? I promise you, that's not an empty threat. You don't go on Twitter and say, I'm going to dox you to the IRS, okay? Like, that's not something you just, like, pull out of your back pocket without it being founded in reality. What this told the entire world is, even without KYC on a transparent blockchain, on a supposed DEX, you don't have privacy, and the people attached to it that have analytics have the ability to dox you. That is insane. That's insane, guys. That's absolutely crazy. You come to Shade Protocol, you come to Sienna Swap, you come to Secret Swap. They can't do this. They can't threaten to dox you to the IRS. This isn't a thing. It's true. It's a truly decentralized exchange. Here's another one. China, as we all know, recent macro movement, right? China bans crypto for the 45th time. Markets freak out. Everyone's losing their minds. And guess what we're seeing? We're seeing a massive uptick in DEX volume. Phenomenal, right? The natural next step for everyone that is a part of countries where crypto and decentralized exchanges are banned is privacy. This narrative of China banning crypto is unbelievably beneficial for the privacy narrative, for the same reason as this, all right? If you're from a country that has banned crypto, would you use a DEX where you can be doxxed, or are you going to use DEXs and DeFi where you have privacy by default and the ability to be compliant and auditable, if need be, right? The answer is yes. And so the instant that Secret Network starts to gain some global traction, I promise you, these types of narratives, guess where the volume is going to go? It's going to go straight to privacy-preserving DeFi. Period. It just makes the most sense. Oh, here's a fun one. So I talked about whale tracking earlier. Well, I talked about chain analysis, but there is literal APIs out there that people can program. Now it's not just an organization collecting data. There is tools that you can buy to get live alerts, and you can have your own wallets make decisions from an API based off of someone else's movements. So I just wanted to show you how real this was. It's quite literally called Whale Alert, and yeah, it works for a bunch of different chains. Like it's crazy to me that this is like leveraging the ability to have surveillance on everyone's capital movements. Like it's just this is not sustainable in any capacity. Insurance products. So recently it was announced that over in Switzerland there's a bunch of companies that are going to be launching insurance products where they look at your crypto wallet. This is where financial surveillance starts to get crazy. They could give you a granular insurance deal based off of a precise, completely transparent understanding of the amount of capital you own. And this, in my mind, is a dystopia, because at the point that insurance and totally transparent blockchains become the accepted norm, you are literally being gamified. You are being profiled to the highest degree for these insurance companies to essentially discriminate against people purely on the basis of their publicly available capital. So this stuff, this was a weird one because I could understand a world where people would willingly participate in this. Okay, so I get where cryptocurrency insurance could be valuable, but this stuff is just like the tip of the iceberg of what type of weird dystopias start to happen when everyone's balances and all of their transaction history is publicly visible. That is an insurance company's dream, is they can completely profile your decision making. That's scary. Personally, that one scares me a lot. We'll see where that one goes. And so just closing out here, there's a Forbes article that came out recently that said privacy is the biggest challenge preventing DeFi liftoff. Okay, so this isn't. We're starting to reach the stage where when you have Forbes articles start to acknowledge that privacy is key to DeFi, that you're no longer living in a vacuum. You're no longer like any of you out there watching this that get the privacy narrative. You're not crazy. Privacy is 100% necessary and coming to DeFi. It has to. It simply has to. So I will re-expand here. Cool. So that was just a quick rundown of Shade Protocol is going to be part of the next generation of privacy-preserving applications. We are already building the future as we speak. We are already talking with other people that we're going to be integrating with. Shade Protocol is going to change DeFi as we know it. It's going to be a fourth generation of applications. It has a tech moat and a tech stack that no one else can match. We are truly on the cutting edge of actually building what Web3 was supposed to be, which was all about decentralization, permissionless participation, immutability, and the fourth key, privacy, that we just didn't quite get, because when this journey of blockchain and crypto began, pseudo-anonymity was assumed to be enough, but it's not. The fourth key attribute to blockchain is privacy. Secret Network makes that happen, and Shade Protocol is going to make the application of that attribute a reality for millions and eventually billions of people. Mark my word. So we will now open the doors to Q&A for anyone interested in questions. Think PFPs would be an advantage to bridge the secret future exodus. I'm actually not familiar with the term PFP. Could you, JB, could you give me the full wording on PFP? Also, thank you, Gabrielle, JB, Ramin, for tuning in today. Appreciate you guys taking out the time to listen in on this this little panel here on the dark side of transparency. I'm gonna check Telegram too, see if there's any questions. Okay, let's see what's okay. Okay, I don't see any other questions. Don't see any other questions in Telegram chat, and I'm gonna look up PFP private PFP blockchain. I'm not sure what PFP means, to be honest with you. PFP based blockchains. What is PFP? A profile picture. Alejandro, you as well. Thanks for hopping in. Appreciate you tuning in. We have such a small, tight knit community growing right now with Shade Protocol. It's super fun. JB, I don't know what PFPs are, but I'll take your word for it. Be sure to message me, JB, what PFPs are on Telegram. Oh, NFT. Oh, so it is NFT related. Interesting. So is that the profile pictures? So is like V friends. Okay. Would PFPs be advantage bridge? Yes. Oh, I'm tracking with you now. Yes. So NFTs. I don't know if you guys have seen shush.co. Let's see here. Yeah, shush.co. Where is it? There is an NFT platform coming out that is going to have privacy preserving NFTs, and I think the NFT space moving to Secret Network is going to probably be the next. So I think the order of events is going to be NFTs are going to blow up on Secret Network in the next like 4 months. Mark my words. And then I think February. I think January, February. I think February, March, April is going to see the massive explosion in privacy preserving DeFi. So I think secret NFTs are going to come first. They're going to pull in a bunch of retail investors. And I think right as secret NFTs start to ramp up, that is when secret DeFi is also gonna make its move. So open blockchains, there's this Privacy and Cosmos event, JB, where it was amazing. We have these brilliant people, and they're trying to solve the impossible task of starting transparent, doing something private, and then back to transparency, right? It's an impossible problem in some ways, JB. I mean, you have mixers. Mixers are one attempted solution. You also have like ZK based proofs. The problem with both of these, well, I'll start with mixers. Mixers, you have to have enough people participating in the mixer to have a heavy enough anonymity set that analytics can't really track it, right? Because mixers just create noise. It's not actually encryption. They're just creating a bunch of noise that makes analytics more difficult. But I find that mixers that aren't actually integrated into something like Secret Network are ultimately just a race to the bottom against Chainalysis. So it's literally like, who has better analytics? Chainalysis's ability to analyze a mixer or the mixer's ability to not be analyzed. And my money is on Chainalysis's ability to be able to properly identify people and addresses post-mixer. And the reason I say that is that people that use mixers, it's actually a honeypot. Like, the people that are most inclined to hide their privacy are the ones most inclined to interact with the mixer, and those people have the most wealth, they have the most money, they have the most to lose by having their privacy exposed. So guess what chain analytics are going to go after? Guess what whale tracking is going to go after? They're going to go after mixers, because that's where the real capital is going to be. So I think all of the transparent blockchains are in a race to the bottom against analytics, and I don't think the mixers are gonna win. To be honest, I don't think they're gonna win. Outside of that, there are some unique solutions emerging on the MPC side with Cosmos to prevent front running. Like I think front running is probably the most solvable problem on a localized scale. When we start to talk inner blockchain front running, I don't think the MEV problem is going to be easily solved. So MEV is solvable. All of the other ones I've talked about on here are not truthfully solvable, I think, by transparent blockchains, period. Like I think they're going to be stuck with the problem no matter what. Can NFTs be bridged? Yes, Alejandro. NFTs will be bridgeable. There should be some NFT bridges on the horizon for something like Secret Network. So keep your eyes on that. So guys, thank you for your time. I'm going to be wrapping up today's brief Saturday Q&A. I hope you enjoyed this talk about the dark side of transparency. This was October 2nd, 2021, and I hope you guys have a wonderful weekend.